Hello, my irreverent ones. In this class, I will teach you one of the ways to apply henna. This is how our fourth episode begins.
Subtitles by the Amara Org community. Subscribe and ring the bell. More when I wasn't there. Some individuals I am familiar with.
Once we have prepared our design, we will prepare a mixture that remains pasty. Okay, kunim. I can't give the exact amounts because it will depend on the brand we use. The important thing here is that it has this consistency. We'll start applying in the area where we want more density or more darkness.
And it's ready.
Clicking first will be in the form of forward taps. Why forward? Because I have to go against the eye's origin.
Dangerous.
So that it doesn't only freeze. It's not just about staying on top, but also about getting into the hairs and pigmentation directly. This cake says kananaya. Remember to clean as you go to avoid staining the skin. This way, we'll continue applying it. Gradually covering up the entire area where I want more color. In this case, or like an eyebrow, which we'll see has quite thin hair, I'm going to take it about halfway. Esto. Whereas, let's say, this mix that I made, I only take it up to the heights. That is to say, from the tail to the heights. But in this case, I'm going to extend it a bit more. We keep applying it, and every time I run out of hyena, I go back and take more. Often, we start using the one that is available to keep refilling, and without realizing it, what we're doing is taking from one side to add to the other, creating color voids. That's why it's important to grab a good amount. So if you run out of hyena,
I go back and take a bit more.
Note also that the mixture, although it is thick, somewhat pasty, is kaya having a misen kading because it is not extremely dry. Sometimes we make it so thick that it does not help us move comfortably with our brush. Every time we clean with our brush, the brush must be completely clean. For this, I have a cloth of baby of these wet wipes, and with it, I'll clean it. You can also have distilled water to moisten the little flakes that we are going to see ahead to be able to clean gourmets. If you don't do this, what the brush will do is stain the skin more. Sometimes we might also use alcohol. We have to take into account that there are skins that are very sensitive. Therefore, alcohol is not always recommended since it can irritate more.
Let's observe how the hyena
Okay,
eats.
tipis or malfe for as it begins to oxidize. This tells me it's starting to work. The exposure time I'm going to leave for the most dark can be up to 25 to 30 minutes. However, I'm in the presence of a phototype. And besides,
Comes
very
the
thin, so
beautiful
I left it on for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now I'm going to do a color transition before getting to my beginnings. For this, I will add from 1 to 3 drops in my henna. And I'm going to expand it a bit more forward. Just as we are seeing here, we can already see how I expanded it. I will continue cleaning to remove any excess. What's this for? To start creating a gradient of the color. Something very important. The reason why I am diluting is so that in this area, it will be lighter. That's why we're going to make a transition here to the light spot. What's the light spot? The twinkles. That does it for the beginnings. I am going to dilute my migana a bit more. Let's see that here. It looks more translucent. Migana. In fact, when applying it, we'll see that. Let's see how it's done. The textures of the hyena in the 3 ways I prepared it change. At first, it was super dense, more pasty, and here we see it more watery. Once we've applied it, we'll start to blend from the lighter part to the darker part. All this is to start blurring and mixing the tones I just applied. Or we clean up the beginnings and shape it as we want. And just like the rest of the eyebrow, the entire eyebrow must be completely covered with the henna, obviously according to the mix we have prepared. Often it happens that when we clean, as I was telling you at the beginning, there are patches of color. An important recommendation: wear gloves. Wear gloves because otherwise your hands will get super stained. And when you work with good hygiene or with a semi-permanent eyebrow pigment, this stains a lot. And let's say that since we work with our hands, this doesn't look aesthetic at all. The exposure time I'm going to give to this new part will be from 15 to 10 minutes.
Am I going to peel it for you?
It depends a lot on the skin type. Dry skins tend to pigment much quicker, just like combination skins,